Blitz, Homer picked it up briefly, and Smith flips, wide open, caught. Disley, touchdown, what a start. Here in Seattle, what a start for the Seahawks. Number 7 to number 89, 38 yards on a 6-play drive. 7-0 Seahawks.
Some of the things that he feels strongly about without resistance from the quarterback.
2nd and 10. Pass is caught on the sideline as the grab is made by Marquise Goodwin. Smith, Parkinson, touchdown, Seattle.
Well, they go man. You're with Darby here. You're going to see this clearing out, and then immediately Geno Smith knows what he has. As soon as he sees that Darby clears that out.
Blitz coming from the Broncos. Smith throws, pass is caught. Strong grab by Metcalf as he fought Surtain for the ball and a first down. 15 yards on 3rd and 10.
That you just don't see unless you're watching my former teammate Larry Allen.
Here's Smith trying to find some daylight, finds it, turns on the Jets and gets it up near the 40.
Go with that full house backfield look we saw against Denver. Geno Smith has an open man in Tyler Lockett, who slides down and bear claws for a couple more. Phil Haynes is back in at left guard. He played every snap last week. Smith off the play fake. Under pressure, being chased by the former Seahawk Kerry Hyder Jr. Launches away and Tyler Lockett is there. Hit hard by Tashawn Gibson at the 15.
So players don't get confused.
On 3rd and 1, 3 tight ends in. Floating for the wide open, Kobe Parkinson. Seahawks with a first down. After a loss of 3, Penny at the bottom of your screen as a receiver. Smith to the middle of the field. That's a Seahawk touchdown! Will Disley!
The anticipation, I got you right here, my friend.
Smith is well protected and open. Catch made. Marquise Goodwin and a first down after a 4th down gamble. Smith fires, end zone. Metcalf! That's a Seahawk touchdown!
That patience paid off on this one because of that throw that you talked about. It was Geno Smith. Line up immediately, go for 4th, and convert.
Geno Smith open at the 30. Got the completion. Tyler Lockett. Third and 7. Smith protected. There's room to run for a first down. And the 10-year veteran is going to get it. Going down. All right, both Lockett and Metcalf, top of your screen. Geno Smith goes the other way for the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks! It's Will Disley, his 3rd touchdown catch of the year. End zone.
They told us how important their tight ends were going to be coming into today. Watch the placement on this ball by Geno Smith.
Smith from the pocket, fire. Open is DK Metcalf. Hit hard. Jeff Okudah winds up against Metcalf. Geno Smith's throw is back to Metcalf. Middle. On a 2nd and goal, Smith will keep. Big hole in the middle. Geno Smith runs it in for a Seahawks touchdown. He had a 17-yard run on their last possession to help set up the touchdown pass. This time he runs it in from 8 yards out.
That takes those receivers away from the middle of the field. Rodriguez, the only one back there with a chance. And Austin block.
But one of the best quarterbacks this season against the blitz, Geno Smith, has been. Detroit got him there. Stepping up. He's going to run a lot of real estate and slides around. Smith for Metcalf, who's open. DK Metcalf trying to put a move on. And Metcalf down inside the 2-yard line. A good catch and carry. Deshaun Elliott kept him from getting a touchdown. A pickup of 54 yards. Geno Smith wide open. Noah Fant, touchdown Seahawks.
Here in the slot, Noah Fant lined up here in that slot position. When you get that pick action, just so hard to recover right there.
Seattle has not scored a second half touchdown on offense in the first 3 games of this season. They're the only NFL team without one. But Smith wants more for Metcalf, and he hangs on. What a grab at the 48-yard line. Time for Geno Smith. Winds up and throws to Lockett. Smith open as Lockett. Falling.
Need to get to the 45. Geno flush from the pocket. Throws it at the left second. And what a throw to DK Metcalf. Metcalf stays on his feet and rolls into the end zone for a Seattle Seahawks touchdown of 50 yards.
And did I mention that
last week? Same with DK Metcalf, 149 yards a week ago. 50 there on that catch and run to put Seattle on top.
He is playing very well.
Second down and 10. Smith.
Good decision.
And he's going to angle to the sideline and pick up the first down. Smith steps up, and he is going to take a shot. He's got Lockett in stride. Touchdown Seattle with 7 ticks left in the half.
Watch the poise in the pocket. Then watch the decision-making that he does. Excellent job. He sees the whole field, and the ball is as accurate as you're going to make it. All 3 of those musts he has right there, and that's 6 quit.
What's up? Play action. Smith sets up at midfield. He wants the end zone. He wants Lockett, and he's got him again. Lockett earlier had a 35-yard touchdown reception. This one of 40 yards.
Let's see what they're doing up. So he's running with them all the way. Got a little jump on him. He just runs to the middle of the field. Now you got to close, and he can't because Lockett's running just with him. That's a great play by Lockett.
And now they can line up and go for 2 to try to make this a 3-point game.
Smith will keep. A lot of running room for Geno Smith. And he's out of bounds to stop the clock at the 22-yard line of Arizona.
It's one of Geno's favorite targets, Tyler Lockett.
Smith looking for Goodwin in the end zone. A little toe tap in the corner for the touchdown. His first touchdown of the year as Smith dropped it in the bucket to Goodwin.
That corner at Geno Smith, as he's done all year. I mean, the guy's leading the league in completion percentage.
Smith looking for Goodwin, and a jump ball caught by Goodwin for the touchdown. Working against J.C. Jackson, he skies high for his 2nd touchdown of the first half.
Watch him. Geno knew it was one-on-one on the edge. And that's elite world-class speed you're working against, and you see Jackson go down. Ouch. But Geno, you see him hold his eyes for a second? Hold that safety, Derwin James, in the middle of the field, and knows exactly where Goodwin's going to be. Look at him jump, too.
Play action. Smith looking. Back of the end zone. DK Metcalf, touchdown Seattle.
On the all-cross on the goal line, he's going to run the big in on the back end, saving a little space for Geno Smith to throw this up high. You see him at the top edge of the numbers, saving about a yard, putting it only where Metcalf can get it. They're throwing it around the yard when you thought they'd be running. Double move!
Lockett on the sideline, in for the touchdown! Redemption for Tyler Lockett as Seattle takes the lead.
He's going to show like he's going to turn, and just for a second, and then he hits the gas again and gets thin at the top of that double move. See that, how he kind of turned his shoulders a little bit? So Adoree Jackson didn't have anything to contact, right? He had less surface area to contact.
Opportunity to be in the lead still in the division.
No doubt.
Third down, off the play fake.
Better to take a sack than get a...
How about a first down? How about Geno Smith runs to put it away?
Smith firing. Metcalf keeping the feet inbounds for the touchdown.
By Tanner Vallejo.
A big 3rd and 6. Smith to the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. It's Tyler Lockett. And Seattle regains the lead here in the 3rd. Smith steps up. All kinds of space for a first down and more Geno Smith. Fake to Homer. Geno Smith keeps it. And he sidesteps one defender and has a first down.
3 scores. Can they get one in the end zone here? Smith stepping up. Over the middle. Lockett. Touchdown.
Smith keeping your eyes down the field and making a big play.
And they're going to go for 2 here. Smith keeps it. Thrown in the air again for the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown. Marquise Goodwin. What a throw on 4th and 1. 19 yards, and it's 21-15.
And what a throw. Looked like he was coming out trying to get the underneath one. Pressure in his face. Lays it out there for his receiver who extends.
That's a touchdown.
To put Lockett and Metcalf in one-on-one, that's when the offense can really start to take off.
Geno going to go deep down the sideline. Got a man. Touchdown. Tyler Lockett. And look at in the middle of the route how Lockett right here just separates. You see Rock Yassin. Lockett just hesitates just for a second, and then Yassin turns his helmet. And as soon as he turns his helmet, that's when you see Lockett take off. They've gotten good pressure, and they've just stuffed the Seattle run game. 2nd and 17. Geno Smith escapes the pocket. Using the blocker in front of him, and he's out of bounds. 2 running backs in the game, both Homer and Walker. Geno Smith going to throw for it, and he's got it. This is Homer. Homer to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. But you see both players, both Teamer and Masterson, again, it's really hard to say exactly who it is because you don't know exactly what the call was. But bad eye discipline and really a nice play call.
Rams bring pressure. Smith gets a pocket clean. Open is Lockett down the sideline inside the 10. Cuts back. Touchdown, Seattle.
Metcalf's going to clear the way here, and Lockett's going to take it all the way across the field. Geno Smith, look at him, so calm in the pocket, keeps an excellent base, waits for the play to develop.
3rd and goal at the 4. Geno clapping for the snap. Lots of time. Floats it back of the end zone. Fayette all alone for the Seattle touchdown. Just his 2nd of the year as the Seahawks take the lead.
Getting all the way to the back pylon behind all the coverage. I thought David Long could have sunk just a little bit further, deeper.
Need our medical experts in this game along with our rules analyst. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Smith loading up for Metcalf down the sideline. Drops it in. Wow. DK Metcalf with the catch and the footwork. Smith waiting for the shotgun snap. The fake. Rolls right, throws for the end zone. It is caught. DK Metcalf overpowering the Rams to snatch it away and give Seattle the late lead.
They'll bring 4 on this third down. Smith, deep ball. Marquise Goodwin's wide open. A busted coverage. Takes him inside the Carolina 25. Geno Smith. Pressure coming. Floats it out for Lockett. Can he stay in bounds? Oh, vintage Tyler Lockett for the touchdown.
Well, he has such great body control and just negotiating traffic, and then just look right here. Bam!
Oh, man! Smith, end zone, Metcalf, he's got it! What do you know? Lockett and Metcalf, each with a touchdown again, and the Seahawks are within a score.
DK Metcalf right there, and that's a tandem, an unselfish tandem. I know if I take my guy away, I get through that underneath coverage.
Oh, Burns was in the neutral zone. That should be a flag, and it is. This is a free play for Geno Smith. So he's going to toss it. It's caught. Goodwin to the end zone. It's a touchdown. Carolina just kind of gave up on that play, and it ends up in a Seattle score with 16 seconds left.
Offside. Defense number 53. Penalty decline. Result of the play. Touchdown.
And I love it. Geno Smith back here. He understands he's got this free play. He's directing traffic. Look at him point people out. Come on over here. Go down there. Then he finds Marquise Goodwin right there.
Smith stepping up. Going to keep it. Into 49er territory, and Geno runs for a first down. And they want a flag at the end of the play. Got 34 on that. Spotted at the 10. It's first down and goal. Smith hangs in there. Throws. Caught for the touchdown. Noah Fant.
Hufanga is safety. He has his eyes more on Lockett. And if he does, the linebacker's got to carry Fant. So a bust on the back end. You can see him right away. Hufanga, he looks to the linebacker and says, wait a second. Going hurry up now, 2nd and 2. Clark providing some heat on Smith as he lobs it.
Oh, what a ball!
And DK Metcalf with the catch.
Treadwell just turned around and hit him in the chest.
Smith on the run for the end zone touchdown. Noah Fant and Seattle finally into the end zone with 2:25 to go in the fourth.
Go like this and then get out towards the back end of the end zone. Here he comes in your screen, boom, and then slams on the brakes, gets outside of it, mirrors the quarterback. That's most important on those scramble drives.
Walker, bottom of your screen as a receiver. Geno Smith to throw and has time. Floats one for the end zone. Catch made! It's a Seahawks touchdown. Kobe Parkinson.
Coming into today that the third wide receivers and the tight ends were going to get an opportunity to shine. And you can see Parkinson just kind of fighting his way.
Looking on as Geno Smith throws, caught, falling across the goal line. And that is a Seahawks touchdown. Tyler Mabry, a blocking tight end that was called up from the practice squad because of...
See him right here. Sneak his way up. Jordan Whitehead.
And the long run of the day for Kenneth Walker at 15 yards. Gets Seattle a first down.
2 times in a row they've lined up with him offset.
Smith looking for the end zone and Lockett.
Oh, what
and he drops it in. Tyler Lockett with the touchdown.
You kidding me?
A pinpoint pass from Geno Smith. And Seattle, a chance to tie it up.
One of his best throws of the year. I mean, that was a tight spiral. Just lift out your shirt, lock it, and keep running. Don't break stride. What a throw. The revolutions on that football. That thing was tight, man. Kind of like Tyler Lockett. Coach Carroll was raving about him this week.
Smith gonna step up and run, make a beeline for the sidelines, which he will.
Man.
And Geno showing the speed, and then a big pop by Ramsey There's a flag!
Scrabble game with that last name.
On 3rd down and 2. Smith with time, fakes the pass over the middle, now floats it down the sideline. There's DK Metcalf. Metcalf with a 1st down and more, finally wrestled down.
There he is in the slot.
Pressure coming, Rams send extra, floats it for Metcalf, all alone, touchdown, Seattle.
Oh, mama. Sluggo, he's going to go slow off the line, quick inside, and then run the Sluggo behind him. Watch. Whoop! Oh, my. Shout out Chris Berman. Holy smoke.
3rd and 8. Blitz coming. Smith sees it. Fires over the middle. Metcalf makes the catch down at the goal line, and he's down inside the 1. Here's another fake. Smith has some time going down the far side of the field. It is caught. Noah Fant, the tight end, had a step and a big gainer and a 1st down for Seattle. But hold on, there's a penalty in the secondary. Look at this formation. Started out with Smith on the fake, lofting deep, has Parkinson at the 5, makes a move down to the 2. It's Colby Parkinson, excuse me, the 3rd tight end who delivers to set up a 1st and goal. Now Smith steps away from pressure. A lot of room to run. Geno Smith using the legs. Geno is inside the 15. On the fake. Smith has time. Lofting end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Tyler Lockett, and Seattle's in front.
They just start him here, and he's just going to run a dead sprint to the back corner of the opposite pylon, and you talk about dropping in a bucket.
3rd and 6 here in overtime. Smith has time over the middle. It's caught by Metcalf. Big throw from Geno Smith and a 1st down for the Seahawks. Smith to throw. Pressure from Hutchinson. Runs away. Great throw. Lockett down in for the end zone. It's over. The Seahawks win it.
But I think he clearly gets the ball inside the pylon. We'll get a good look here. Let's see here, he's obviously in. Oh yeah, that's a touchdown. Walk-off win, Seattle.
A nice result for Seattle.
7.5 to go in this opening quarter. Seahawks benefit from the penalty. Sell the play fake. Smith, a dart, caught by Metcalf. 1st down, inside the 40. That covers 21 yards. It's a 1st down in Carolina territory. Sell the fake. Smith stands tall in the pocket and loops it to Metcalf. You can maybe mistake how someone acts in a moment. Metcalf, the grab at midfield, and Geno Smith hums it in there for 20 yards.
He was already covered, and Walker ran right by him.
36 yards to K9. Flagged out. Smith on the move and just flips it out of bounds. Brian Burns giving chase. Extra offensive lineman, Raekwon O'Neal. Fake it. Smith floats it. Caught. Bobo. Touchdown.
Looked like he was going to stalk block, set up in front of Dante Jackson, then cut inside. And right on the play in the back, Tony Jocelyn, this back judge, 1 foot, 2 feet. Possession of the football. Survived the ground. And Jake Bobo, undrafted free agent, Duke and UCLA. And he ran a 4.99.
They're going for 2. Geno spins out of it. Spinning again. Sets. He'll throw to the other side. And converts to Lockett.
Smith out to his right. End zone shot. Metcalf for the score.
When this ball is thrown, DK Metcalf, it didn't look like he was just wanting to show that the ball was coming. At the last minute, he adjusts. I'm assuming he knew it was coming the entire way.
Lisa, thank you. From the 22. Smith, Metcalf, strong catch. Andy Dickerson, who's done a nice job with a lot of moving parts. 3rd down and 1, they're going to throw. This is Lockett. Had a step on Jackson and forced out of bounds at the 40 with a 1st down and a gain of 23.
These are hurting our ball club an extra 15 yards against our offense.
So back it up. They're now at the 25-yard line. Smith on 2nd and 21. Deep shot. Lockett over the shoulder grab. Geno Smith drops it in the bucket perfectly to the veteran Lockett. 2nd and 10 from the 31 after the timeout. Smith the deep drop. Smith loads it up. Caught. Big hit at the 11 on Bobo. Flags fly. And Bobo hangs on to the football. Shotgun for Geno Smith. Smith pulls the trigger. Hooks up with Metcalf down the sideline. Out of bounds.
And you don't let DK Metcalf make a big play on you if you're Cincinnati.
Smith, step, dials it up. Caught. Tyler Lockett down at the 10. Nick Scott with a tackle.
Smith from the shotgun, 3rd down. Aaron one out, and the catch is made by Jake Bobo. The rookie out of UCLA, 32 yards. Geno Smith told us he could take a 2-yard run, turn it into 50. Here's Smith, fires, touchdown!
Really about to get involved, and this is when Geno Smith is at his best. Play action, plenty of time in the pocket, reads the defense.
3rd down and 10. Smith fires to the outside. It's Lockett. Another Seattle 1st down at the Arizona 31. From the 18-yard line, Smith with time, throws to the end zone.
This is the angle that the officials saw. He obviously has possession. The left is down and then freeze. That's the complete.
2nd down and 11. Smith rolling right, lobs one up, and it is caught by the tight end, Colby Parkinson, for a Seahawks 1st down in Cardinals territory. From the Arizona 36, off the fake to DJ Dallas. Smith fires, and it's caught. Noah Fant.
At practice is what we're really going to miss, and for this defense to just not miss a beat since he's been out during the course of the prep and then coming into this game.
All kinds of time for Smith, but nothing open downfield. Got rid of it at the very last moment for Tyler Lockett, who holds on at the Cleveland 25. And Garrett was still excellent last week. Here he comes. Geno Smith spins away from the pressure, throws it to the corner of the end zone for Lockett, who taps the toes for the touchdown.
And he doesn't. And to a man, everybody on this Cleveland defense said, listen, he's a little bit more athletic than you think.
Smith, the deep drop, looking for something deep, looking for Metcalf. And DK Metcalf's got it. All the way down inside the 15, beating Martin Emerson Jr.
Work ethic, confidence, preparation. Here's 2nd and 8. As he fires it, sideline. That is a good throw right there to Lockett. With 1 second on the play clock, just in time. There's play action. Geno steps up, unloads, finds Metcalf in the open. Metcalf racing down the sideline and then goes out of bounds. Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson. There's a deep ball, one-on-one coverage. What a nice catch. What a beautiful catch it is by Jackson Smith.
3rd down and 4. Washington rushes 4. Smith in some trouble, steps up, he can run, and he will run for a 1st down and more, sliding at midfield to move the chains. A 13-yard scamper for Geno Smith.
Pacquiao punch, probably a run.
Oh, the play fake.
And then the check down. Walker, the defender in front of him, stumbled, and that gives Walker space. And now Walker with extra space. Down the sideline. He is gone. Touchdown, Seattle. Receiving touchdown in Seattle this year by a non-wide receiver. And a 64-yard touchdown for Kenneth Walker. You go back to the top of your screen on first down. Geno Smith looking left all the way, looking for Lockett on the sideline. He makes the catch and hops out of bounds with a Seattle first down. From the 36 on first down, off the play fake. Smith will step up into a clean pocket and floats it to Lockett at the 45-yard line, down at the Washington 44. Tie game, under 4 to play. Smith on the roll, throws for the goal line. It is caught for the touchdown. Lockett going low to pull it in. Got the feet in bounds, and he gives Seattle the late lead.
With just a sprint right, Lockett's going to show him like he's running a fade. Slam on the brakes, get back to that front pylon, and Geno Smith is just throwing to a spot.
Need about the 35, 38-yard line to feel comfortable. Smith,
ball down, he's got to get down.
He's got it. Metcalf fighting.
You can't fight for
He's
yards.
He's got to hurry. 15 seconds and counting. They've got to unstack and spike it.
5, 6, 7 yards off makes for easy throws for Geno Smith.
Smith to the air to Metcalf, and he reels it in. Is it a catch? Yes, it is. A touchdown for DK Metcalf.
But you see it right here, one-on-one matchup, and he just runs the quick slant. Really good catch going down below his knees.
Smith looking deep for Smith, and Jigba goes up to get it. What a catch by the rookie. Jordan Fuller on the tackle, but a first down and a gain of 32.
Have done an excellent job of that during their coaching careers.
Geno taking a deep shot for DK Metcalf. He's got him at the 25. Metcalf still on his feet. Cut back at the 9 and down at the 8. DK Metcalf for 52 yards. All right, Gene, great stuff. Thank you. 3rd down and 8. From Gene to Geno to DK Metcalf. First down for Seattle.
Third and 9. Geno will put it up top. Twisting, what a catch! Jackson, Smith, and Jigba with a 5-star grab.
They're only rushing 4, and they're all getting there.
They come again. Geno throws in the middle, Noah Fant.
Smith fires over the middle. Great grab by Metcalf out in front, and he will go all the way for a touchdown. 73 yards. Play action, slides left, down the left sideline for Metcalf. What a catch! DK Metcalf over Bland, so he picks on Bland again. Lockett's in the slot, Metcalf the other way to Metcalf. He hauls it in. And is there a flag down at the 3-yard line? There is. Here's Blakeman.
Offside. Defense number 90. Penalties declined. Goal of play is a touchdown.
It's Lawrence.
Bland has had a rough first half. The big touchdown early to DK Metcalf for 73 yards.
Smith going to take it in by himself. Touchdown. $5 yards for the score. Seattle Seahawks on top 28-20 in Arlington.
Loving every minute of this.
Jerry Jones looks on. Love covering Witten all those years. Meanwhile, that pass, reaching for it. Pete Carroll puts his hands up. Yes, caught. Noah Fant. Charbonnet 16 carries, 54 yards. Fake it to him. Backpedaling to the end zone. Metcalf, touchdown.
A lot of credit. Great route. Kind of rubbed right off of the other receiver.
He's active tonight. Meanwhile, first down from the 25. Smith retreating. Smith fires. Right side, caught. Out of bounds.
So it's fast, slow, fast. Never heard it described that way, but he does a great job of it.
Here's Geno Smith to the outside. DK Metcalf has it and jumps over a defender. DK going up high.
Trying to establish that run game, even with the injuries in the secondary.
Here's Geno looking down the field, and he's got Lockett for a first down.
Persuasion to do so, but you never know.
Geno to Lockett at the 35, and Lockett takes it to the 31-yard line. A gain of 22 for Seattle in what could be the final play of the third quarter.
Forcing tight windows to throw the football in.
2nd and 9. Geno to the end zone. He's got Metcalf down there. One-handed grab. Was he in? No signal yet.
DK Metcalf gets both feet in. The question is, when does he have full possession? Now that's a touchdown.
He's dragging the feet. That's going to be a touchdown. Smith with time over the middle. Smith and Jigbo's got the first down. There's a flag down on the far side of the field. For the moment, it's an 18-yard gain and a Seattle first down. Smith, end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown! Colby Parkinson! Last week it was Drew Lock. This week it's Geno Smith, and the Seahawks are back in front.
It's me or you getting this ball.
And it's not a whole lot of design, right?
No.
It is one-on-one. This is what Jimmy Graham did forever, right? He would go down, post him up, and you throw the ball as hard as you can at him. Colby Parkinson comes up with a massive play.
He got legs up in there.
Smith on 3rd down, throws, end zone, touchdown! Jackson, Smith, and Jigba.
He's in bounds. Definite possession. 1 foot down, 2 feet. That is a touchdown.
Smith rolling right. He will take off across midfield. First down. Smith takes it inside the 30, out of bounds at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
2nd and 7. Smith in the pocket, floats it wide open. Will Dissly, he'll walk in for a Seattle touchdown.
Well, watch Barnes and Papo right here. These two players at the backer positions. Barnes right there. He points at Papo. He's expecting to pass that crossing route off to make sure that none of these wideouts get all the way down here.
3rd and 10. Geno in trouble. Able to get free. Smith will run. A beeline down the sideline. Geno Smith high-stepping, and he finally goes out of bounds near the 10.
He was emphatic about coming back next year.
He said 100% he'll play somewhere next year. Will it be Seattle? Smith going up top for Lockett in the end zone. Drops it in for the touchdown. 34 yards to Tyler Lockett.
Well, he's just going to run a post outside over the top of the defense. And you see Smith and Jigba, it's double post. And Smith and Jigba took the inside safety away from it and left Lockett at 101, and you see him.
Play fake. Geno Smith looking. Back of the end zone. Wide open Lockett. And Seattle takes the lead. 21-20.
You're going to see this is just essentially Lockett's going to take the back end, and they're just going to run all cross here. And he's going to be wide open in the back of the end zone. And Geno Smith, a little mustard on that football, on that throw. He put some heat on it.
You said it at the start of the drive. This is going to show you a lot about what kind of players you have on this team.
Exactly right.
What you learned about that Seattle.
That might be the
the way Seattle has to go to attack Denver in the passing game.
That was their longest play of the day so far. Beautiful back shoulder throw by Smith. He finds Lockett. Perfect ball placement by Smith. First down, Seattle.
Really almost unguardable if you have this type of chemistry. And, you know, out there at corner, Riley Moss really in good position, but this is pure being on the same page. You can't make a better throw or a better adjustment for the...
Lockett turns 32 this month as he begins year 10 in the NFL. Still a home run hitter. Smith showing the wheels. Smith still going. Geno in. Touchdown. But Geno Smith, sensing his offense needed something, putting the Seahawks on his back.
They try to run it out of the end zone, and another safety, 2 in 1 game.
Boy, that time Geno again feeling some heat, but he still is able to deliver it to Tyler Lockett. Smith, a pickup of 13.
Yeah, basically, Cooper is unblocked. Now, Forsythe is responsible for him, but he just beats him with speed off the edge. And 12 runs against 2 safeties high.
And he's at 100 yards exactly after his 18th run of the day. This time it's Lockett. Seattle lead. And this offense, headlined by Geno Smith, is suddenly rolling. Smith has a man wide open. It's Charbonnet. And a Sunday stroll into the end zone for Seattle. Expect him to take on a bigger role in this offense. Big play here.
Well, watch the corner. You're not sure. Moss comes inside. They have some sort of a call, and then watch Singleton. He just stops with the back. So either the corner, Riley Moss, or Alex Singleton don't play the correct call.
Second down and 5. Smith sets, fires downfield, wide open. Metcalf, touchdown! 56 yards from Geno Smith to DK Metcalf.
Ryan Grubb, offensive coordinator, what's happening is that they're not allowed to get into a huddle. So what he's done is he's forcing the Patriots to be very, very basic, either in zone or either in man.
Go. From the 34 of the Patriots, Smith steps up and throws, and the catch made inside the 20-yard line.
I love Geno Smith stepping into the pocket, unafraid, still takes a shot.
Third down and 7. Smith throws, and it's complete for a first down across midfield. His career best.
Well, let's watch the reason that Geno Smith had time to throw this. Zach Charbonnet gets a nice pickup, gives
Fake to Charbonnet, blocked by Forsythe. Smith one to go deep and goes intermediate. And in there finds Lockett. Poyer the grab. Into the nickel, 2nd and 7. Here comes Phillips. There goes Smith, and downfield he goes. Caught! DK Metcalf, what a grab! 1st and goal, inside the 5. Smith has started 5 of 5. They're working on Fuller.
Well, really, there's no business throwing this, right? Because Fuller's in position. He just said, you know what? Instead of throwing it away, I'm going to put it high. Let my guy Metcalf go up, squeeze it right on top of the helmet.
In motion, Kenny McIntosh out of the backfield. Tomlinson a block. He's going deep, and he's got him! DK Metcalf gets 6. What a throw!
Well, they catch Holland. Holland is the safety. It's a cover 2 look. That little in and out move, that one step by Metcalf, making it look like it was going to be a dig route. That freezes Holland, and that's all Metcalf needs to run by him. That one step to the inside, Holland squares his shoulders, take it over the top.
Out of the shotgun, Geno protected, sideline, Metcalf! Come on, did he catch that? He did. What a throw and what a catch by DK Metcalf. Incomplete. Here's that catch by Metcalf.
Yeah, he's just so big and physical, and you can put it just anywhere in the vicinity, and he's got great body control than what he did in more of a zone corner in Tampa Bay.
2nd down and 8. This one for Metcalf. He's got it. And as it stands now.
Well, here it is here, the matchup. Here's the safety. He's keeping his eyes on him, but yet he's not able to go influence it and give a true double because he's got to work over to that sideline. But just an outstanding release by Metcalf. Here's a look at the finish. And the elbow was down and the ball was short.
10:46.
The tackle by Joseph, and they have gone to replay assist. And they're going to mark him down just short of the end zone, but inside the 1. Geno is going to take off, try to get out of bounds, and he will with 5 seconds left. This play as the Seahawks get back to the line. Play action. Underneath, pass is caught. Touchdown. That's the rookie in his first, A.J. Barner. As they shave points off this Detroit lead.
But you can see the play action and how that affects then the entire defense. It allows Geno then to get out on the edge. And here he comes across the entire formation just wide open.
Here comes Anzalone on the blitz. Smith spins out of it. Downfield, what a throw. First down, Smith and Jigba.
Smith and Jigba come to the middle, but he's not able to wait on him. And then he gets out of the pocket, and Jackson Smith and Jigba just keeps hanging in there.
He's already used a lateral play. Here's Lockett, first down plus. Tyler Lockett spins to the 15. Good fastball he's got going tonight, too.
Well, no kidding. Geno Smith has been under a lot of pressure, and he's just fighting back there.
It's been a big night for Geno Smith. Career highs in completions, attempts, yardage. Here's Metcalf adding to those totals.
Thibodeau coming with pressure. Smith steps up. Now fires. Wide open man. Lockett to the ground with a flag down.
Job by Geno Smith stepping up, but Tyler Lockett, a guy that in zone, he just knows how to get open. Breaks down a double move, makes it look like that, and comes in on the end cut right there. Not much from Adoree Jackson.
That's right, Andrew. I'm hearing from the Seahawks staff that Nwosu has a thigh injury, and he's going to remain out for this game, guys.
Wide open is Lockett at the 40 and still going. Lockett trying to get to the outside and now goes down at the 38-yard line.
Absolutely right. Playing a cover 3 by McLeod. He jams Lockett, but then he lets him go, expecting that he has help behind him, and there is nobody home. Lockett does the rest after the catch, but you said it earlier. He finds those soft spots in those zones and gets open.
Pressure's coming. Smith steps up. He's got a big lane to run. Geno slides down in Giants territory.
Brian Burns is here, is unfettered to the quarterback, but he just slides out from underneath him. Goes around and slides in his...
2nd down and 10. Smith throws. He's got Metcalf. First down.
And DK Metcalf just running a bench route here into cover 2.
Smith to the end zone. Touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba. His first touchdown of the season.
They have a double team to the right of your screen on DK Metcalf, and it leaves the middle of the field wide open.
Smith steps up. He's going to run. He's got a lot of room across midfield. Geno Smith and the Seahawks are already in field goal range. A 32-yard run.
Really good play by Geno Smith. Dexter Lawrence looping around, opens up that gap for the quarterback to take off and run through.
Smith throwing, and against the Sideline right there.
Hold there on that left side of this defense. Great footwork by Smith and Jigba to get them down. Good throw there. The timing you see to the outside. Watch DK Metcalf just clear out the rookie Green. He runs with him, and that opens it up. Nice throw.
So 5 wide here. Looking that way. Throwing that way. It's there. Lockett, you just talked about him with a quiet night at spin, but he's been doing these things for 10 years.
The offensive line gave him just enough time. He knew exactly where he wanted to go when he spread him out.
So meanwhile, 4th and goal. Almost a last gasp here for the Seahawks. Can they get it in? Smith under pressure. Throws. They can! Lockett, touchdown. Plays tonight.
They put him in a bunch formation. He's going to attack and then come back to the football. Good job there at the top of that route. He knew exactly where he was, about 2 or 3 yards into the end zone, which allowed him to come back to the football.
Metcalf's, Tyler Lockett's that get down the field, that take time for these routes to develop. So you're going to have sacks, just not as many as they've had to start this season.
Off the fake to Walker. It is complete to the tight end, Fant. Picks up a first down and more. Noah Fant.
Seattle Seahawks, they are going to open up this defense with these over routes. DK Metcalf had a nice over route. Noah Fant now just has a nice completion.
Smith under pressure, steps up, throws back the other way, and it's caught by Fant. What a throw. Geno Smith on the move. Throws it back across the field.
Man, that is all Geno Smith. Look at him get out of the pocket, immediately keeps his eyes downfield, and knows exactly where Noah Fant's going to be. Gets a nice gain on that. Man, the pressure was there. Everything was there. It looked like the Falcons were going to wrap him up for the sack, and instead.
All right, here we go on 3rd down. Smith steps up, takes that shot to the end zone. It is Metcalf. DK Metcalf with a Seahawks touchdown on the 31-yard bomb from Geno Smith.
You're going to have the safeties pop out. You're going to have your middle linebacker running the seam. The problem is that your middle linebacker is slow playing this, turns around, and there is nobody in the middle. As soon as Geno Smith recognized the linebacker's the one that's supposed to have that middle of the field, DK Metcalf gets rifled the ball right to him for the touchdown.
On 1st down, Smith lobs one up for Walker, who dives, makes the catch. Spectacular reception by Walker for his 2nd touchdown today.
Caught this like a wide receiver. Look at that. Over his shoulder, outstretched arms. You don't see running backs make that type of catch. That is a tremendous play by Kenneth Walker. And then just take a look at Geno Smith being mobile in the pocket, gets away from that.
These pass rushers have so much opportunity to impact the game, and he's got a big-time mismatch. Jarrell this now, and they're into a passing game now.
Zips it over the middle. Good catch. Really in traffic by Jackson Smith in Jigba there. We've got a game break. Let's check in with Carissa Thompson. Was that score 9-5 before that highlight started? Weird. Here's Smith. Rifles it again down the seam. He's got another connection. That time it's Barner, the tight end.
Very good throws there by Smith standing in the pocket, and he could do that. And they're in a bit of a transition, and there's going to be inconsistency, but do what you can here to keep making great plays.
Here's Geno Smith. Look at this run up for a first down for him.
1 minute on the clock. 2nd quarter.
Got him again.
Flag thrown. Catch is made and taken in for a touchdown by Tyler Lockett.
Lockett is looking in and realizes that this is a free play. Kobe Turner, he jumps, and Tyler Lockett just goes immediate fade route. Darius Williams, he just gives up on the play.
Another flag. Smith goes deep, and it's caught by Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, you're going to watch Verse right in your screen, plus Fitz, both Florida State guys trying to get a jump, and another offsides, and immediately converts to a deep ball by Jackson Smith and Jigba. And really what the issue is, the Rams secondary, they need to keep playing. For some reason, they think that the officials are going to blow this dead every time that they jump offside, and it doesn't happen. They're going to keep playing. So the Seahawks wide receivers.
Empty backfield for the Seahawks. 2nd and 10. Smith steps up. And now he throws. End zone. Touchdown. Smith and Jigba.
On top of it, then Seattle just had explosive play after explosive play with another touchdown to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Offensive line.
2nd down and 9. Smith complete. Tyler Lockett in Rams territory. 1st down.
Route running. Tyler Lockett, as soon as he feels he has a chance, he turns right back around, and the ball placement by Geno of helping out. He was trying to get out in the route.
Smith fires downfield. Cody White. What a catch.
Wow. Akello Witherspoon, he does actually tip it a little bit. But Cody White, great concentration and awareness.
Smith throws, and it's caught! Jackson Smith and Jigba on 4th down makes the catch, 13-yard line.
What a nice job of running this smash combination. Jake Bobo, they're going to switch, and then you get all this room to the outside for Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's running that fade route, but because he gained all that space, Geno Smith throws it beautifully to the outside shoulder of Jackson.
From the 14 on 1st down. Smith to the end zone. Smith and Jigba. Touchdown.
And there's Jackson Smith and Jigba. The way that they set up this play is beautiful because you have Jake Bobo, who's going to bring Darius Williams with him short. And when you bring him short, now you have all the space in the end zone. Kobe Durant can't get there. Darius Williams can't make up for it. And they get the nice touchdown pass from Geno Smith. Places it right where Jackson Smith and Jigba could get it for a touchdown. They only have one linebacker in the game and then a defensive back in there as well.
Free play. Movement prior to the snap. Another flag. Catch made by Smith and Jigba. Inside the 30 to 25. 2 penalty markers. Jigba having a huge day.
And he really is, and it goes back to the hard count. The Rams defense jumps offside, and then
fake to Charbonnet. Smith zips one. 1st down, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
And just a simple wrap concept. The tight end, A.J. Barner, he's just going to sit down in front of the weak hook player. And it's just a simple read for Geno Smith. If that linebacker doesn't get enough depth in this possession, something easy here.
Emptied out with the motion from Charbonnet. This is not easy. That's Smith and Jigba on the sideline. A tough throw as Smith was leaning back, getting hit.
2 timeouts. Smith and Jigba been a little quiet, coming off probably the best game of his career. Question is, was that left foot?
This time he's well protected. That is Metcalf over the top of Yadam. Seattle goes for 29 yards.
Yeah, and when he threw it, I thought Yadam was going to have another pick. Just somehow gets enough air on the ball to allow DK Metcalf to kind of separate going backward. Nice job getting his feet down, but it's a risky 3rd down pass on his front 4 minus Bosa.
Just those front 4 again, still able to get there. Smith on the move, finds Smith and Jigba. Threaded it through there for a 1st down gain of 16.
He just got that one inside Fred Warner, one of the best players in football.
Seattle's got to have a touchdown. Smith scans the field and now runs, and Geno Smith with speed, sliding with a first down near the 20.
And Bosa can just,
their third.
all he can do is look on.
Timeout.
Better job here. Kenneth Walker gives a nice chip on Leonard Floyd. Slows down that edge pressure. Again, Abe Lucas, right tackle, playing his first game action in almost a year. I'd imagine these linemen, they're tired. It's a lot of drop back pass.
Under 20, Smith back to throw. Smith takes off. Geno Smith, end zone ahead. Touchdown Seattle. With 12 seconds, Geno Smith again puts the Seahawks on his back. And Seattle's got the lead.
Just look how many guys there are in coverage. Just so much depth, and the second he's able to get up and escape the pocket, look at this void, but now everyone's got their backs turned, and Geno just makes a mad dash for that front pylon, and it was all but over.
Now the picture of resilience, the picture of toughness throughout his career, and we mentioned it earlier today, feels like a bit of a microcosm of that. Didn't have anything going in the first half. He throws the bad interception early in the second half.
Cardinals show pressure, but drop back in coverage. Smith evades, steps, throws, open man. It's Metcalf. It's a first down.
Watch Geno. He just doesn't panic at all. You nailed it, Adam. They showed the pressure and then only rushed with 4. Started to get some pressure with their best rusher in Zaven Collins, but Geno just calmly steps up in the rain. No problem. Delivers a strike to DK Metcalf.
Could be a third sack in the last couple of games. Smith underneath to Smith and Jigba, and he's got a lot of real estate in front of him. Good block by Cody White, and it's first down and goal for Seattle on the first big play for either team in this first half.
Didn't design this pressure versus 4 out, but he's going to show the bubble and then knife back inside on the screen. That kind of pressure, I mean, a 4x1s, a lot of times the defense will just check out of pressures into an exotic formation like that just to get their bearings. I'm shocked they kept that one on, but that's what you could potentially give up when you're outflanked like that.
A little lightning bolt from looking in that direction to the goal line. Smith and Jigba touchdown.
Well, watch Metcalf. He's going to run the corner and speed control, and then Smith and Jigba is going to be on the quick out. Metcalf's job is to just provide a rub and slow down Budda Baker. You see Budda is pointing at the corner right there, thinking they're going to switch that off.
4-man rush. Still gets to Smith. Still on his feet. Geno Smith on the move into a tight window from Metcalf. And a first down to midfield.
Well, DK is just going to keep this thing alive. Watch him the whole down. He's got the backside deep curl, and then he just kind of mirrors the quarterback, ends up just to the right of the logo. But Geno Smith, are you kidding me? I mean, whether he...
Off the fake. Smith steps up, and somehow a layered throw is able to find Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Well, this is an excellent block by Kenneth Walker. He makes this play. He secures the edge for Geno, gives him a chance to step up, and the way he fit that ball through Jamian Sherwood's.
Just a 4-man Jets rush. Smith wants to fire downfield. He does. He connects. And it is Jackson Smith and Jigba who makes a big play.
We got to love this protection, but essentially, and Jigba's just going to run in here and find a zone to sit in. He's got to navigate those defenders and become quarterback friendly. Just that subtle move at the end to go cut off that football and reveal himself. And look at all that protection.
10th play of this Seattle drive is a play-action fake. Smith wheels it, finds his tight end, and A.J. Barner is in for his second NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are on the board.
But they're going to get levels on the defense. He's going to show block first, pretend he's blocking for Geno Smith, and then leak out late and force those defenders to look inside. And then you see DK Metcalf with a key scoring block. Those are really important coaching points.
Pressure coming from the Jets. Smith looking for a one-on-one matchup with DK Metcalf, and this time his first catch beats Sauce Gardner for a big gainer.
Well, look at this. This is the matchup that Sauce Gardner got the better of DK Metcalf the first time. This time, DK Metcalf avoids the quick jam of Sauce Gardner. That's important. To avoid that physical contact, beat him immediately, and then Sauce is trying to play catch-up, and Geno to mature, and that's when he started to blossom as a player.
Oh boy, looking for Metcalf. First and goal for Seattle. And that time it was DJ Reed matched up with the big receiver.
Well, we've seen some double moves in this game now from both teams, but there's DK Metcalf with the hint and the fake on DJ Reed, and that's the kind of matchup you're looking for, Adam. Get your biggest, strongest, fastest receiver on a smaller opponent.
Smith, pressured by Williams. Off the back foot for Jackson Smith and Jigba, who saves his quarterback and saves the drive and takes us to the end of the quarter.
Well, this is just a little choice route underneath. He's going to choose to go inside. Beats the leverage of Michael Carter, sees his quarterback scrambling, and decides to break outside. Excellent job on the scramble rules, finding his quarterback, giving him a target.
Early mistake from Murray. Seattle looking to take advantage. Ball is inside the 20. Smith deals. End zone. Open. Touchdown. Smith and Jigba with the score. Seahawks take the lead.
So here's Jackson Smith and Jigba, who does most of his damage working from the slot. And that's really what they call a flag route. Just run at your defender, give a little bit of a head fake, and break for the pylon in the back corner of the end zone. And that ball is delivered perfectly in front of Garrett Williams.
3rd and 10. Rushes on. Smith gets rid of it. Low throw. Handled. Smith and Jigba still going. First down. 24 yards on the hookup.
Muscle to help himself in the pocket and shake off tacklers. How about this one? He's affected big time. Because if he's able to step into this throw, Smith and Jigba catching it on the run, and he's still going.
Zach Charbonnet as the main back. And Smith right away to the air, and for Metcalf at the 40. DK's got it for a catch and a gain of 15 for the first down.
Nothing would be better for the Seattle Seahawks than to be able to get something going early with DK Metcalf. So hot to start this season. It's cooled a bit since.
Flag makes it 2nd and 13. And Geno with the throw, and it's open for Jackson Smith and Jigba, who has been red hot of late. Into Packer territory at the 48-yard line.
Evan Williams on the outside is going to fall in love a little bit with this underneath receiver for no reason whatsoever.
Just open that up.
It didn't look like a foul. We're just going to leave it at that.
Speak for yourself. Geno, first down. Middle of the field, it's caught for a gain of 18. Jackson Smith and Jigba.
He really has been, and what a difference he has made. DK Metcalf is the presence. He's the guy that has to take everything down the field, but it has been JSN and Geno who have just found a connection. In the
franchise, the Seahawks say, to retire a number for their fans. And boy, these folks deserve it. Geno Smith looking to go to work. Throwing it downfield. It's caught in the 24 by Lockett. Pick up at 21.
And a huge break for LA and Seattle as they try to contend for the division crown. Geno Smith off the back foot. And an extension for the grab by Pharaoh Brown. Just his 7th catch of the season.
Well, look at this big target up the seam. They're going to work these seams versus single high. Geno Smith basically just threw him an alley-oop, and he went and caught it at the rim. I love that release point by Geno Smith. Hasn't had to move it all today. Look for that to be a factor potentially later on.
Smith lofts it, looking for Metcalf, end zone shot, he's got it for the touchdown.
No bones about it, it's one-on-one on the edge. Metcalf on Gilmore. They wanted to test out that hammy early for Gilmore, and That's what Metcalf does best. Gets physical at the beginning and late in his routes. And the lone mistake when he had to scramble, remember that.
Geno Smith over the middle in traffic, and DK Metcalf holds on at the 31 to the line.
Well, that's McCain's ball all the way.
Now he goes empty set. Four-man twist. Smith down the middle for Jackson Smith and Jigba, and somehow he came down with that ball.
Are you kidding me, Adam? Look at that. In between three defenders, and Murphy was all over him. You see McCain there immediately, Bynum there immediately.
Ball's in the red zone, 24 seconds and a timeout. Extra body coming. Geno Smith floats end zone, touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba's in the end zone.
Well, watch Murphy right inside. He's going to get picked. Right there. Watch him get picked in that traffic pattern. And that left just enough space for Smith and Jigba.
3rd and goal from the 5. Charbonnet's the back. The 11th play of this Seattle drive. It is Smith for the lead. It is caught! Touchdown! A.J. Barner. Seattle has the advantage for the first time today.
Wow, watch Barner work to the back end line. They kept Farrell Brown in. They kept the back end in protection. Ran Smith and Jigba right through it. And let's check his hands. Are they under this football? He got the back half of that ball.
Wow.
On 3rd and 5. 4-man rush. Stepping up, stepping out. Smith, bad knee and all, out to the 44-yard line for a first down.
Nobody making a tackle, especially the linebackers at that second level. They're worried about who they're covering, but once he gets out, nobody really getting on their horse to make a play. I'm surprised, and I know that knee's bothering him, but if he would have kept his feet here, he could have gotten another 5 or 10 yards.
Of course, the Bulls, the Blackhawks have had a lot of success through the years. Smith fires over the middle. And that's low, and that's Metcalf going down. Did he make the grab there? He did.
Finally, Geno Smith gets the ball downfield off a play-action look. He's just not had an opportunity, hasn't made many throws. That's a heck of a catch. That ball came so close to touching the surface, but we talked about he's averaging about 2 yards, his air yards tonight. Just nothing downfield this time on that deep crosser.
From the Rams 40, Smith, nice catch made by Fant. Still going, and finally tackled inside the Los Angeles 10.
Really enjoyed Noah Fant and his ability in the passing game. They missed it early on. He had some injuries during the season, and now that he's back and healthy, you can see how they can exploit these defenses.
From the NFL on Fox. Geno Smith off the fake, picks up a first down and more. Out of bounds at the Rams 46. Geno gains 15.
Known for his speed, but really love this run-pass option, zone read that they did here. They make sure that they get A.J. Barner around the corner. He's looking for a block, no one there.
McIntosh in the backfield. Smith looking to throw. It is complete for a first down. Inside the 25-yard line, it's Metcalf.
Geno Smith hooking up with Metcalf. They've done that so many times, working against Emmanuel Forbes. Kind of grooming him to take over that role. He's understanding, as I mentioned, the coverages, knowing where to sit in the zones.
3rd and 6. Smith.
Unbelievable.
End zone touchdown,
wow.
Metcalf.
Look how mobile he is in the pocket. Steps up into it, spins around, throws a dime to DK Metcalf. And here's the route. DK Metcalf, see a killer Witherspoon. He thought it's a sack. He gave up on the play. He was a big too-high safety guy, had to evolve to having more of a single high, and it's had nothing but success because of it.
On 2nd and goal, Smith to the end zone, touchdown. A.J. Barner.
A lot of credit to Geno Smith and just watch how he buys time, nothing's open, and just recognizes, bam, that's my outlet.
From the 16-yard line on first down, Smith fires. What a catch! Made by Fant for a Seattle touchdown. He went up the ladder, hung on to it, and the Seahawks regain the lead.
But look at the ball placement up high, only for Noah Fant. That looks like McCullough takes his legs out from under him. That's clearly a touchdown. Nice job holding on to the football, Noah Fant. And just like that, Seattle just came roaring back, takes the lead with a beautiful throwing catch.